केसरिया बालम
The 18th National Jamboree of Scouts and Guides, which it's underway in a small village of Rajasthan. It's in Pali district and it's called Rohat, and that village has come up especially for hosting this great mega event, which has become one of the biggest fiesta of scouting and guiding movement in the country. We have with us Shri Niranjan Arya, who is the State Chief Commissioner for Rajasthan, and he is the person who has conceived this idea with the support of the government. Shri Arya is going to speak to about how this was made possible. Shri Arya.
Holding a mega event like National Jamboree of Scout Guide is a big challenge. Once we decided to do this and to go for organizing this Jamboree, we firstly went to the state government. The Honorable Chief Minister, who himself was a scout in his student days, was really already waiting for this occasion to come. So he immediately agreed. He also announced a budget announcement of 25 crores of rupees, and after that I think State Scout Guide started, and they formed the committees of different secretaries. The preparations were started well in advance. I have really taken the help of the government officers and my team. So it's basically a joint effort, and after that I think we have been very meticulously planning everything. And today, when it is just one day before the last day of the Jamboree, and the kind of feedback which I am getting from all the states and participants is that so far the Jamboree has been very smooth. It has been very successfully conducted. It's been going on, and the number of participants has also been the highest so far. Therefore, the entire credit of holding this Jamboree goes to the Honorable Chief Minister and of course my team who has worked day and night, and it is the impact of that hard work that whatever is happening, whatever is being appreciated by the participant is there. So I thank my all team members as well.
While speaking to the various contingent leaders, they were rather amazed to see that the state government has provided a budgetary provision in its budget, which is for the first time as it has happened in this country. And this is the kind of support which Scouts and Guide movement in the country needs. Do you think other states should also follow what Rajasthan did?
As I said, the Honorable Chief Minister is very keen about this holding of the Jamboree, and it's such a big mega event. You cannot organize this Jamboree without the support, without the active support and protection of the government. So when CM decided to go ahead with this Jamboree, so the first question was allotment of budget, and I think the budget announcement was the right opportunity, and therefore he used the budget announcement for the Jamboree. By way of announcing this Jamboree in the budget, he has acquired two things. One is that it would be a statewide news, and everybody would come to know, and they will realize the importance of the Jamboree because it's a budget announcement. And secondly, it is a general principle that whatever has been announced in the budget, the state government, the departments are all trying their best to see that that announcement is compiled with. So with this purpose, the budget announcement was made. So far as question of other states is concerned, whatever you have asked, I would advise that the importance of the Jamboree these days and the kind of expenditure which is required, I think each state should make it a part of their budget announcement, so that the authority, the financial facility, and of course the commitment of the government is expressed in the budget. Therefore the entire team can take it up.
Shri Arya, you had just 8 months to hold this mega event, and you have to decide on the place, the venue, and other thing. In last 8 months you must have worked very hard, your team must have worked very hard to see that the dream comes true.
Yeah, of course, because I formed a committees I think 8 months back, and we have really taken off holding the meetings, defining the task, assigning the task, identifying the problems, and then go ahead. So with that meticulous planning, each task was assigned to the different departments. For example, if I need to make some roads here, the entire thing was given to PWD. The arena which you can see here, it is the largest arena which is made in India, temporary construction by wood. I think it has not been made so far, that big arena. So that arena construction and the arena raising task has been given to the PWD. If you talk about the water, because whenever you hold such a big Jamboree, 3-4 things are very, very crucial and important. You need to think of the water availability, you need to think of the power, electricity, you also have to have tent and staying arrangement, you need to also look at the sanitation aspect. So these are 4-5 very big what you call challenges. As I said, arena and roads were given to the PWD, the drinking water problem was taken care of by the PhD, the toilets and the bathrooms and the sanitation aspect has been given to the Sulabh International, which is a recognized an NGO working in this field for this quite long time throughout the world. So they have done their job in the sanitation aspect. So is the electricity, so is the any other thing. So what I am trying to tell you is that the entire responsibility has been given to the state government's department, because we Scout Guide as an organization, we do not have that capability, we do not have that capacity. So if the government has given us budget, that budget has been given to the department, and then those departments have in fact executed this entire construction and everything whatever you see here through the tender, through the financial process. So with this planning, and then of course my scout team has been on the job for the last 8 months, and I myself, if you really ask me, this is a place which is at least 300 kilometers from Jaipur, but at least I have paid 25 visits to this place before the date of the inauguration. So by way of doing this, my team was here for the last 3 months in this very spot. They were residing here, they were staying here. So we were watching everything was in order. I have gone into the details of the every work, every task which is required here. So with this impact, I think whatever is happening is because of the planning, it's because of the long preparation of the last 1 year.
The various contingents taking part here are particularly amazed because of the people's involvement and people's interest in witnessing the Jamboree, which has happened for the first time. Never before in such large number of people turned up to see a Jamboree. And how you made it possible?
As I said, if you announce this into budget, number one, it becomes a news of the state. Number two, if your Honorable Chief Minister is taking interest, not only to the limit that he had visited this Jamboree site to monitor and to supervise the preparatory work also. So you can imagine when Chief Minister takes such an interest, then it becomes the news of the district. And thirdly, when we wanted to organize this Jamboree here, we also into confidence the local leaders, because unless we take the local confidence into our local people into our confidence, no organization, no program can be succeed. So therefore, I think with all, and fourthly, when it started, the Honorable President of India was here. It was a big show. There was a crowd of about 40,000 people. There was a big media coverage. Everything was there in the newspaper. So, and then this Air Force, what you call Surya Kiran fighters acrobatic show. So all these things put together have really passed a message to the people that something big is happening in the road. And when something big is happening, where which Scout Guide is involved, wherein which government of Rajasthan is involved, Chief Minister himself is taking interest, Niranjan Arya, the Chief Commissioner, is making all the preparations, people were motivated enough to come. And once they come, they go back and they talk about the preparations and the miracle of this Jamboree, and that is how the number has gone up. Let me tell you that yesterday about 1 lakh people have visited this place, which is such a big number. We are very happy about it.
This kind of a people's involvement would send a different kind of a message in the society, and the awareness for scouting and guiding in the state would certainly have an impact, and more people would like to join. What do you think? How this Jamboree is going to make an impact on scout and guide movement in the state?
Yeah, that is basically our idea, because as I said that of late the importance and the activities of Scout Guide have really not been as they should have been, and therefore there is improvement required. There was something needed. When you need something, when an improvement is required, then I think these things take place. So if we have organized this Jamboree, the message has gone to the masses, to the people, to the students, to the parents, to the villagers, to the politicians, that Scout Guide is such a great philanthropic organization where the students, they get trainings, they get learnings not only of their education but of their life, but of their character, but of their different what you call discipline, and in order to make them more what you call self-sufficient and managing their life themselves, I think this movement will go a long way.
How do you think this mega show which is being held here, so 7 days of spectacle, how it's going to impact the tourism of the state? Because such a large contingent who have come from outside would always talk about the place, or talk about Pali, talk about Rohit, and talk about Western Rajasthan, and the various cultural attributes that it has.
And there are a number of aspects which can be covered for the tourism development of the state through this Jamboree. One, the 40,000 people who have seen by their eyes, they have visited and they have, they are witness to whatever has happened. We'll go back to their houses, we'll go back to their places, we'll certainly spread the message what was Jamboree and what is Rajasthan is all about, number one. Number two, big media coverage in the entire national press, electronic media, everywhere this Jamboree is being appearing. So it makes it talk of this country, talk of the town, and that's how the tourism also developing. And thirdly, if you look at the Jamboree song, which we have covered the entire tourism destination of the state. So, and that song has been made viral into the YouTube and everywhere. So whenever anybody listens to that song, the tourism sites and the destination of Rajasthan comes into picture. So all things put together, I think there will be impetus and there's an impact on the tourism development of the state as well.
International and Bharat Scouts and Guides has now started thinking in various variants of scouting and guiding movement in the country. So they are also having the cultural fiesta based on the scouting and guiding movement. Do you think we will be able to hold a cultural scout and guide event sometime?
Yeah, I always think that cultural integration of nation is required, and if you look at this, then the local folk area and the every community have their different folk songs and folk cultural programs. So as I am thinking, I'm trying to convince to the government that like on the line of what you have Olympic Games for the villagers, now we have Jamboree for the students. We can also organize a cultural Olympic kind of thing or cultural mega big event of the villagers in the state. Each villagers, the common people, they will sing, the ladies will sing, there will be competition at the village level, at the block level, at the district level, and the state level. So that cultural revolution kind of thing which will integrate again. It's a happy index, the people will feel happy about it. So this Jamboree is one step in that direction, many more to come.
Thank you, Shri Arya, for holding such a mega event which has given the status. This was the first time that any assembly of 37,000 people have ever held in the state. And the Rohit Jamboree is going to send a very, very big and massive message to the society on the capacity of Rajasthan to hold an event like this. Thank you so much.